Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. So in this video, I am going to discuss what is a Power Query in Power BI. So as we do that, Power BI is used to build the reports. Okay, so what we need here, first of all, we need a clean data so that we can do a modeling on the data and we can build the visuals. So how we can get the data? So when you think about to make the connections with the data sources, obviously sometime we may have a Excel, we may have a cloud based data sources, we may have a SAP, we may have any other type of databases. So every time it is not possible to do a coding and all, right? So what they have done here in Power BI, they have added a tool as Power Query, and whatever the things required to make the connection with database or any other type of data source is already configured here as an connector. So if I open here, you can see the list of connectors which are already configured here. So you need not to do any type of coding. Obviously, you have a feature to create a custom connections, custom connectors. So that is different. But here, what we have is already more than sufficient. It has 250 plus connectors already configured. You can even go by the types of connectors. So this is how you can see the connectors. Right. So once you make the connection, let me make the connection with the data. So I will select the type of connections or type of file, and then it will allow me to select the file. Okay, so I don't have anything here. So if I go to the Power BI or be a project, online sales, okay, let me see. Okay, this is what the file I selected. So it makes the connections, it shows the uh, steps are different for each type of connector. Okay, so this is how I got the data, right? So we make the connections and now we are able to see the data. So data here, this is a preview. So you can see this is completely, this is not going to show you all the data. It is going to show you top 100 or 1000 or 500 rows. So maximum 1000 rows will be shown here. Okay, as I go down. So okay, so it is showing. Okay, so profiling this bars and or everything is based on the top 1000 rows. So you will see the number of rows is equal to 1000, and obviously as we have only 500 rows, so I'm seeing here 500 is the max number, but we can go until the 1000. Okay, so preview is fine. But sometimes what I need is I need to change the data type. I need to change the values of column, like the date is there. So date we can transform in a different format. So like these many things are there that you need to do. Sometimes we need to slice the part of text. So that is also possible. So with respect to text data, with respect to date data, with respect to number data, we can do a transformation. So meaning existing the data we have in our file, it can be changed, it can be reshaped so that it will be easy for us to do analysis. Okay, that is fine. So we performed connection. Once we perform the a type of operation, so let me say I don't need this column, order total, state, customer ID, Okay, this is what the very limited number of columns. So for example, I don't need this column. I will just right click it on it and then I will say remove. So once you perform any kind of operation, so that will be recorded here in the query editor. Each step will be recorded. So now if I rename this, okay, so local, I will just say local. So you can see that first I removed a column. What column I removed here, you can see the name. Here you can see that the removed from this, meaning from the removed column step. So next step we performed as a renamed column on the removed column, and then there from removed column, city column name is changed to local. This is how the its syntax tells me. Okay, right. So each steps are recorded. If you want to cancel the steps anytime, you will be able to do that. Right, just click on this. So this is how the query editor is designed to perform the operations on the data. It's a GUI based application, right? You just need to click and the code will be generated automatically. So you need not to worry about the code. Okay, this is fine. So meaning we performed extract. First of all, we make the connections and we fetch the data. Extraction is done. Then we will be able to do a transformations. Okay, with respect to any type of data, we can do a various types of. We can filters the data. We can sort the data. We can perform merge. We can perform append. So here you will be able to see merge queries, append queries. Then we can promote the rows. We can summarize the data using group by. Right, we can split the column that is not the text to, or we can say that this is a delimiter. The way we can split the data into the Excel. Then with respect to rows and the column, we can decide what to keep, what to remove. With respect to columns, we can define which columns to be removed, which columns needs to be kept here. Then like this, many types of operations you can even see the data source settings also. Okay. So for all the data sources, you will be able to change the permissions, edit the permissions, clear the permissions. So like this, we can do many kind of operations on the data. And once the data is ready, okay, once the data is ready, meaning we performed extract, we performed transform, now we are going to load the data. Where it will load the data? Okay, this is the query editor. So data in the query editor is different. This is just a preview. Query editor is not going to hold any data. By performing all the operations, it will give the data to the Power BI. Okay, and I will say close and apply. Once the data is loaded into the Power BI, okay, so this is loading the data. It should not take this much amount of time, but okay, few checks it might perform. Okay, so here you can see I have a orders table, right? And the data is loaded into the Power BI's memory. Okay, the data we have here is the final data that we will use for the analysis, right? So if you ask me what is a query, Power Query. So Power Query is a data transformation and data preparation tool in a Power BI. Very simple definition. Even it can be available in Excel. It can be available in other Microsoft product also. So it lets you to connect to the data source. Okay, connection is possible. We see that then connections, then cleaning, then reshaping, meaning we can pivot, unpivot kind of operations we can do. Then transform your data before you use it for the analysis. So this is what the purpose of query editor. Okay. So what it can does, we saw it first connects, then it cleans the data, then it can shape the data, and then we can do a transformation of the data, and then we can load the data. Okay. So we can load the data. So basically, Power Query is a ETL tool in Power BI. This is what the concluded statement you can say. So I hope you like the content of this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day. Happy learning. Please do not forget to subscribe web channel.